hello, all you listeners. This is your handler, Chris, here at the top of the episode real quick to say thank you for listening. May was by far our biggest month we've ever had. We had over 900 downloads. We reached a total of 3,000 downloads, which is huge for us. I never thought we'd hit that so quick. So we only have you guys to thank for that. So if you found us on the Delta Green subreddit, the Glass Cannon subreddit, through our Instagram or Arc Dream Publishing's Instagram or Twitter, thank you for giving us a chance. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys are enjoying the story, especially the second act arc mission. It's all homebrew, kind of based off of what I had to take from Music from a Darkened Room. So, I just wanted to say something up front here. We're blown away. And thank you so much. And if you like what we're doing, tell a friend, leave a review, spread the word. It's really the only way we're going to keep this growing. So thank you for listening. When we started doing this, we weren't sure if we were going to get a lot of listeners or if people gave a shit. But it seems like people are, and that's a really cool fucking feeling. So, without further ado, let's get into the episode. It's a very good one. Some pretty interesting things come out. Bye. The group decided to split up. Agents, Duffy, and Strauss decided to go check out Brewdew, see if they could get any leads there. Agnes and Reflex decided to head back to the apartments and see if they could find anything on the tapes. Strauss and Duffy, for some reason, decided to follow the owner of Brewdew to Crest Furniture, where she was going to a book club at 9:30 at night. Seemed suspicious to them, so they tailed her. While they were tailing, Duffy saw something in the shadows that spooked him, seemed to set him off. And I think Strauss saw something too, but he doesn't want to lead on. Over with Agnes and Reflux, they saw a hair that seemed to look directly at them through the cameras, and it seemed to beckon them to follow. And they did. And they ended up at a place called Lunar Gifts. While, from what I understand, they entered inside, and it smelled of copper and patchouli. At that point, Reflux went to go get the car, and Agnes proceeded to the back room, where she heard a dripping sound. She found the owner of the establishment dead, and there was a note addressed to her. I don't know what's going on now. This isn't what I expected. End of recording 7. Agent Reflux, you are pulling the car back around in front of Lunar Gifts when you get a text from Strauss. What does this text say, Strauss?
What?
Well, I mentioned we were just text him to like meet back up.
Oh, okay.
If it's just a quick text, it would just. I don't know how Strauss texts. I don't think he texts like a boomer. But I think.
Hello, this is Strauss.
Just have like 10 emojis in
like
there.
military, right?
Not
like
quite that bad. He'd be like,
the
just something simple to the point. We're done at Brewdew. Meet back up? Question mark.
Right, skull emoji.
Yeah.
I still don't use emojis. I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
There's a big eggplant with like the drops.
Yes, cool. Yeah, and I say, yep, understood. We're still out, and I text them the new coordinates to where we are. Not coordinates,
Okay.
but like basically we're at this store.
Latitude and longitude.
Yeah, exactly.
You should do something without context too, because we should be like followed hair to here, and then drop a pin.
Yeah, exactly.
And like no context
just
whatsoever.
No context, yeah.
Well, you're assuming he has an Apple phone. I don't know if the pins work on Apples.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
Strauss doesn't seem like an Apple guy.
No, not.
No.
I forget. He seems like an Android guy.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duffy, I feel like Duffy would be an Apple guy just for the simplicity of it all.
Definitely.
Yeah,
But
definitely
I
has
don't
like
know.
a 3GS.
Yeah. But then also like the fact that they're really restrictive about what they could do. Maybe he. But I think that would fit to him being a very paranoid person. He knows that the people, like, once you get in there, the people can't get in there, so.
He has an iPhone because that's what his son told him to get.
Gotcha.
Because
I think
when
we
it was
had
like
this discussion. Yeah.
time to upgrade a cell phone, his son was like, just get an iPhone, they're super easy. So yeah. But it's like the one, it's probably like what year is it? It's 2017 or
2019.
2019, so he probably has like an 8.
Probably.
He probably has like an iPhone 8.
Yeah.
Just like something old that he's never going to get rid of.
Yeah. I think I had a 6S for a long time. But, cool. All right. So you guys get this message. You guys,
Where are you now?
So you guys, they are at a place called Lunar Gifts. If you look up the address,
And that's what I
is
texted
that?
you. I basically said like,
it is a hippie shop. Yep, they
Right
sell
on. Is it
crystals.
downtown?
It is. So,
So we're close to us.
you guys. I'm assuming you guys parked like maybe a block away from Brudu.
Yeah.
This is basically 2 blocks east of Crest Furniture.
Okay, so
So if you guys remember when we went to Ellensburg, where Gus's shop was, when we left
Vaguely.
Gus's shop, it's like basically kitty corner from Gus's shop.
Okay. So Gus
It's-
is in on it.
Gus is in on it, yeah. He's the big bad. Spoiler. So it's 2 blocks 2 blocks east of Crest Furniture, and it's 2 blocks west of Spooner, 1206.
This all seems very uniform, and I'm just going to come
Yeah.
out and say it. I think we should, first thing when we get back to the hotel, is like stop and get like a map from the gas station,
I
and
was
then
thinking,
plot
like-
out all these 4 silhouette locations, wherever
There-
you guys are,
there
and
has
1206
to be,
Spooner,
like-
and the apartment.
Chamber of Commerce has to have like
Yep.
flyers around, like in town for the rodeo. Check out downtown. It's gonna have a map of downtown.
I think those would be more caricaturistic ones, though,
or you
right?
can just use Google Maps.
Yeah, exactly. I want to map it out and see if there's like a pentagram that's being made.
So you guys are going to the city commerce. You're going to break in because
No, I'm just saying, like I see it as like they gotta
Wait,
have flyers at local
Yeah,
stores.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think those would be more kitschy,
Yeah.
like
Well,
goofy, like
But
you know.
not Google Maps. So either way, I just want to plot out.
Yeah,
where
so
all of
we're
these
gonna
places are.
go 2 blocks over to where these guys are.
Like it's like 3, right?
Like,
you
you know.
guys gotta drive. Like, you're in the car now,
Yeah, we'll park as close as we can.
so you guys pull up to Lunar Gifts. Are you still inside, Agnes, or do you come walking out? What are you doing?
I'm
You
proud.
see,
This is like 10.
Yeah, it's still late at night.
it is. You see, Reflex kind of pulling up on the corner. Do you come out or do you stay inside? What are you doing?
At this point, I probably just stay inside.
Okay.
What are we
Gotcha.
doing here?
Yeah, so I pulled the car around, and like I don't know if I got in, but like I feel like I would get in there before they would get here, but I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait essentially.
Sure.
Like, is the question. So I would I'd see her in there, and then I'd run in.
Well, I think you guys, so you guys are pulling up, because it's a pretty quick drive.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Reflex, you step inside and you do not see you don't see Agnes in the immediate room.
Okay.
Hold on. Are we there?
No.
Okay, so we don't see what's going on.
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're gonna be here soon, allegedly. So yeah. So yeah, I just walk in, and I'm like, where? Yeah, I'm like, I need to find where she is. So
Okay.
I'm looking for signs of doors being open that weren't before.
Reflex, you enter inside and you don't see Agnes. You start making your way towards the singular light in the back that you saw through the window. We see Duffy and Strauss kind of coming up, and you see
We park as close as we can to the front.
you park as close as you can, and I think you see Reflex kind of entering into this building, walking into it.
What the hell is
What the fuck is happening? I'm so fucking confused after what we just experienced at the bar.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
shit's
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
You get to the edge of where this kind of, you see it's kind of sectioned off by beads, right?
Sure.
There's like,
This
you know,
kind of
Sexy.
yeah, hippie place.
Oh wait, never mind.
And I think we see like Reflex reaching out towards the beads to like pull them apart. And then Duffy and Strauss, do you guys come into the building, seeing that he
I
entered?
mean, if we parked and got out of the car, your text said you were at Lunar Gifts.
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, if I can see him
Yeah.
in there, I mean, I'll open the door.
Okay. You
Don't-
both.
no.
Oh no, what are you gonna say?
Duffy doesn't want you to leave him.
That's true.
Come on, Duffy, let's go.
No, we can't go out there. They're out there.
Jesus.
They are out there, and we saw them, and they are out there. We can't go. We need to go back to the hotel.
We'll go back to the hotel in a second. We need to get Reflux and Agnes.
No, it's dark out there. We can't go.
He goes, leans back into the car, puts the keys back in, turns it, and then turns the hood light or the dome light back on. So, lights turn on in there and be like, you wait here then. I'll be right back.
And he's just ripping darts in this the doors are locked, the windows are up.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking down so he doesn't have to look out into the dark street and everything. What the fuck?
We see
Yeah, so
Strauss. You enter
Open the
in.
door.
I think that maybe startles Reflux a little bit. Like you're about to hit these beads, and then you hear the door open, and maybe
So what are we doing here?
I said, Strauss, okay, you're here. Agnes, she went
Agnes,
in.
you hear these voices. What do you do?
Okay, gotta think fast now.
Yeah, where's Agnes?
She probably at this point just be in here, and then she would put she already knows that these guys don't trust her at all, so trying to hide anything would probably be the worst case scenario, and she has no context for what's happening, so all the help she can get would probably be for the best. So she wouldn't put the note in her pocket. She would be holding the note and tell him to come in.
So you guys enter into the small back area. You separate these beads and you walk in there, and you see a middle 40s, early 40s aged woman sitting in a chair, kind of with her arms down at the side and her head tilted on the top of the chair, and her neck has been slit, and there is blood all over the ground. There is a message written on the wall that says, what, Agnes?
It says, "End is soon."
Oh,
Okay.
And Agnes is holding a piece of white paper that has her name written on it.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck happened? Why are we here? What is If we go past the curtain and the back.
Everybody give me a sanity check for this blood and violence. Unless you're adapted to violence, give me that roll.
I don't think I'm adapted to violence, but this is for violence?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna note that.
Oh gosh, I keep nailing these. 51.
What's the name of the store again?
Lunar Gifts.
Lunar Gifts.
Yeah, that's a fail for me.
Okay.
I don't know how this happens.
Is it just one?
We'll get there.
Oh.
I gotta make sure I remember what it is. I think violence is I think it's a D10. I'm trying to verify what it is here real quick while Tyler rolls.
Sorry, yeah, I'm just making...
No, you're good.
Okay, so roll for violence. 29 under 49.
Woo! All right. So those who passed, you take 0. Those who failed, take 1. Pretty easy.
Okay.
There we go. And so you guys see, it looks pretty fresh. The air smells like copper, mixed with patchouli.
Do you recognize the woman at all?
You do not recognize her. Like I said, she looks like she's in her early 40s. She's got brown hair that's in the dreads. I kind of based her off of Shelley Duvall, like a young Shelley Duvall, from The Shining. So she's pretty thin. She had a once kind of purpley flowy dress that she was wearing that's now stained dark red from the blood that is running from her throat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's what you guys see in this back room.
Strauss sees this. Did one of you two do this?
So we just got here, Strauss. We just got here. I'll explain why we're here later, but the point is that I think we know who this is. This is Melissa Beck. She owns this establishment. Melissa Beck. She's we found out that she is friends with Marissa Crest on Facebook. So that's one of the things we found out before we got here. She's also friends with one of the contestant owners, Lauren, who's the person with no work. But anyways, we just got here. She's dead.
All right, we can figure all this out later. But I mean, I take a quick look around. None of us are stepping in blood or anything.
Agnes was extremely careful not to step in blood.
Mm-hmm.
And you show the note you have?
She would probably lots of things are going on at Agnes's mind, so I'm going to dissect it. She would probably shove the note at acid reflux and say, track that number.
Okay, and I just grab it.
So
there's a number on the
What's
note.
that? What do you have?
So yeah, I look at it, and what do I see?
So the note says, and it has like Agnes on it, and then when you open it up, it says, "We know we need to talk," with a number.
So it just says your name. With,
Yeah.
We know we need to talk, and then
And then a number.
Okay. And the end as soon is on like the wall.
Yes.
Okay.
And so then she would take the note, like just shove it against your chest and be like, take that. And then she would want to dissect the scene. Are there any comparisons between that and all of the other previous murders from 1206 Spooner Avenue? Because does it look like it was done with an athame or like a dagger or in like some sort? Does it look like a suicide? Does it look like someone else did it?
The clean cut is very reminiscent of what happened with Rutsack and the previous owner. The cut looks extremely clean.
Got it. Does she see any footprints in the blood going out the back door? Is there a back door?
There's nothing.
Just her and like no weapon.
Nope.
Visible.
It was like she was working at her desk. Someone pulled her head back and slit her throat and just like left the body there.
Okay, if I did like a search roll, is there any other?
Like there's blood splatter all over the screen in front of her, all over the wall.
Okay.
Okay, is there any object or permanence of like records, like in terms of like patronage on the computer or like cameras or anything?
Nope,
that I
you
can find?
didn't find any cameras when you logged onto the Crystal Mommy network.
Yeah, it's like now that I can actually
you
look
don't see
around,
anything.
I don't see anything.
You
Okay.
see that she looked like she was just working on like tax information, like she was putting in like the daily sales that she'd done.
All right. And if I
All
did
right,
like
we
a
need to
search
go.
roll,
Yeah.
nothing would show up. If I was like looking for, it would have to be something specific. Any other comparisons between the throat cutting scenario that we are currently in, and then the anything to is reconsecrating anything we have to worry about?
No, you don't get that. You don't see any candles or anything. If you're wondering, there's a ceremony here or whatnot. You don't see.
Well,
that.
I guess to like make it, you have to kill like 200 animals, and then to get rid of it, you'd have to.
You have to sacrifice a person. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I take a quick picture of the scene with my phone for analysis later, but we need to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
we do need to go.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
Yep. I put
Okay,
it in a
Make
locked
sure like
folder.
don't touch anything.
Yeah.
Don't step in any of this blood.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
As I leave, I look.
Let me see that note.
Yeah, and I hand it over, and I said I'll look at the number later. As we leave, I want to look for any cameras that are on the street that could be.
Yeah, you don't see. Yeah, there's no cameras out there. So, all right, you guys get out. I'm gonna go grab Jake, and then we'll see what happens. Duffy, you are sitting in your car. All the lights are on. You're looking at the ground, doing your best to avoid any sort of sight. When you hear a thump on your hood, do you look up?
Yeah.
You see there is a brown hair, like a rabbit hair, staring at you through the window. Just sitting on your hood looking at you. It kind of tilts its head.
What
And
color?
kind of brown.
No, what color are its eyes?
They're like black. Like,
Okay.
and it kind of looks at you, and then it hops off onto the ground, and it just kind of like hops down one alley, like kind of goes like a block down. And at that point, you see everybody else emerging from this building, like hurrying the fuck out of there. So we see you guys come rushing out,
Yeah, I come
like
out.
speed walking, looking around, get to your guys' car. I'm assuming Strauss maybe yells at you guys, like meet back at the hotel or something
Yeah,
like that.
I wouldn't be yelling on the street,
Right.
but in the store, I'd be like, we're going to meet back at the hotel. Don't drive fast. Stay in the limit. Draw no attention to yourself, but we need to go.
All right.
And I come barreling into the car. I mean, I left the light on for you, so I can see you. Are you just still
Just like
sitting
Motel
there?
6.
Yeah, well, you guys saw that rabbit, right?
What rabbit? What?
Yeah.
Like, open
They
the door.
saw it, right?
Yeah.
No.
No, well, we saw it.
Yeah, we saw it. Let's talk about the hotel. Hotel.
So yeah, I'm looking down the alley where the rabbit was that you all saw.
I didn't see no rabbit.
You
Wait,
look down
wait,
the alley, you
wait.
don't see one.
Wait a second. So what did the rabbit or what did
We're
the,
not. You guys aren't there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
sorry.
back
I
in-
thought you were talking like. Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought we were like on the way to the cars. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
The way I imagine it is I'm in the car. I looked down, I followed a rabbit that ran down the hallway, and you guys came out the door, and now Levi is entering the car.
You saw a hair going down like one of the like a block, like walking down hopping down the sidewalk.
And then that's why I saw you guys, and then Levi is now barreling into the car asking me...
I'm not asking, I'm just saying, we're getting out of here. We got to get back to the hotel.
Okay, yeah. So, and I'm just looking that way because I saw the rabbit and smoking. I'm ripping darts.
And we didn't see the rabbit.
Nope.
Okay.
And you didn't mention it to us.
Nope. So you guys all
get in the car. Just like first off, tells you we're going back to the hotel. And as you start driving away, like things just got a little more complicated.
What happened?
I don't know what happened, but there's a body in there. Neck cut open, same way Rutsack died. Blood everywhere and writing on the walls again. So
I saw Reflux walk into that room. Did I see Agnes walk into that room?
No. I think the text that you got said they were there.
Yeah. I mean, I would explain the sequence of events from Strauss's perspective as we're driving. It's like, I went in, found Agnes, Reflux, in this room. Looked like the woman who they said was the owner. So her name was Melissa Beck. It looked like she was just sitting at a table and her throat got cut.
What, did Agnes have any blood on her?
No, she didn't. Nobody had any blood on. No. Nope. Like, I think she could have just found her there, but it was fresh.
What is this building? What is this Luna Gifts?
Hippie shop, looks like.
A hippie shop that we just Agnes randomly decided to walk in.
I don't know why they were there. They didn't explain why. They said explain it back at the hotel.
So I think we fade from that, like Jim Duffy just staring out the window, like smoking, and we arrive back at the hotel room. Do you guys bring West in on this, or are you guys just going to talk amongst yourselves first?
Fuck West. Fuck her. She needs to stay in the other fucking room. We need to lock this door, and we're going to figure out what the fuck happened.
So what was the last thing we told her to look into? That I can't remember.
The tattoo shops.
And the hair. We gave her that hair, the blonde hair.
There's the blonde hair.
We can rope her in, but like, we go into, so we have what, two rooms we decided, or do we all have a room?
I think there was
2 rooms.
2 rooms.
Yeah, because I bunked with Acid Reflux because you're too paranoid to bunk with me.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, come into
especially now.
Duffy and Strauss's room.
Okay.
Meet there.
So are we all 4 in the room?
Yes, but we'll smash cut to the room. You guys all like get in there, locking the door.
Yeah, Duffy gets up and locks the door, and he has a gun on him. Duffy has a gun in his hand.
All right. I'm like, I'm like,
just like standing there with the gun.
So I like turn and like turn around a bit, ready. Like I put down my stuff and I'm ready to explain. And then I like, you got
what the hell?
Firearm out?
Yeah, I do. Reflex, you're okay. Strauss, you're okay. Agnes, what happened in there?
Well, let me just one thing. I was with Agnes the entire time, so we can just one thing is, I'll tell you why we were there, and I can tell you that she only went in for a little bit before I went and got the car.
And you smelled copper, so you knew there was blood in the air before I even went out.
So yeah, the thing is, we opened that door and it smelled so strongly of incense and blood.
So why were you even there?
Okay, so we were at our normal place by the apartment. We were staking out that thing, and not 20 minutes into this thing, there's nothing on the comms, there's no video, audio, nothing. This brown fucking hair shows up, looks at the camera from my surveillance, then hops down the street and looks at my car, and then bolts. And we eventually
like a rabbit.
Yeah, like a brown hair, like a rabbit.
We learned that hares are larger than rabbits. They have longer ears and hind legs.
I did a check. Yeah.
Can I roll against what he just said? I want to see if I can see if it's true.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, like if he's lying.
Yeah. Give me a human.
80, motherfucker. You better be telling the truth.
Yeah. I hope you fail.
54.
Okay.
Boom.
Cool.
Yeah. Everything he's saying, like you know that Reflex, like in his state, like what he's going through is like he's just trying to be factual about everything and like trying to have it make sense in his head too as he's telling it to you.
So I believe that both of you guys entered that room and someone was already dead in there before, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
And then Agnes, why did you guys go in the first place? Reflex, don't talk.
The front door was open. Reflex went to go get the car. I smelt blood, and I just wanted. I heard dripping. I needed to see what was behind that curtain.
So the front door to a random store that we have no connection to was open. You just decided to walk in.
Yes.
So that part I can attest to. I know you said not to talk. I was the one. I checked the door. It was me that checked the door. It was unlocked.
Why did we go into the building?
Well,
we followed the hair.
Yeah, the rabbit led us there.
Did it go into... Okay.
So that's the thing. So we we drove blocks, okay, from the apartment where the original murder was to this place all the way.
You followed the rabbit.
Dude, I'm telling you. Let me describe it again. This thing went a block, turned around, looked at us, went another block, turned around and looked at us. Like,
well,
so I took this. I said to give me that note. So Strauss has it. Not told Duffy about this yet. I'd pull it out of his jacket and go, explain this. And, like, throw it out there. And you could see this note now. Or, like, I'd show you.
I'm going to read it. I'm going to pick it up and read it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What does it say?
I've seen it. I can't explain it.
So you wrote down exactly what it says.
So on the
when
outside...
I got in there, you were holding this.
Yeah, this note was on the counter. I'm not trying to keep anything from you guys. That's why I'm...
Can I roll against it was on the counter?
Yeah, go for it.
I love it.
85 over 80. So I don't believe that.
Oh.
Well, wait. So how does that? Is it that he's convinced? Well, because how does that work actually? If you fail the roll, doesn't that just mean you don't glean whatever it is?
The truth?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
If she's telling the truth?
I think he'd still keep it. I think his paranoia is still there.
Yeah,
okay, so I'm not convinced,
Yeah.
but I'm just like,
That makes sense.
You're wary of the details. I would say.
Yeah.
Right on, right.
So the note was on the counter. It says Agnes on the outside. So I flipped it open. And on the...
oh, pow, 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 pow.
That was pretty...
I flipped the note open, and it's just a piece of paper that says, we know we need to talk with a phone number. And I have no idea what they talk about. I have no idea.
I haven't looked that up yet.
I'm really sorry to keep doing this, but...
Go for it.
84 over 85! I don't trust you! I trust you, Misha. You're a very amazing person. I don't want this to come off like that.
No, I know. It's just funny because it's mine. It's just...
Yeah. Wait, do you mean 84 under 85?
No, over 80.
Over 80.
Oh, 80.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry if I...
So
Yeah,
Duffy
okay.
is Duffy's starting to. You guys are seeing his eyes like he's not 100% buying the story.
I was literally going to put the gun on the table, and then you took out that note. It is still in my hand. I don't trust what's happening in this room right now.
This is awfully suspicious.
I will say that when you guys were in there, a brown... Duffy will call it a rabbit. A brown rabbit hopped up on the hood of the car, which is weird, looked at me in the eyes, looked down the hallway, or I'm sorry, down the alleyway to where you guys were, and then hopped down the alleyway and you guys came out that door.
Okay. So, wait, okay.
I'm going to roll to see if I believe him.
So wait, wasn't the car...
So the rabbit jumped on the hood, it looked at him in the eyes, and then it just hopped off and went down the alleyway, like down the street, going down like opposite where you guys were, and then you came out the door after.
Okay, so it went the opposite way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to make sure.
I love that.
Okay, yeah.
So hold on, so I want to ask,
You
so
three are all insane, and Strauss never sees any of this shit. Ever.
You're like Scully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Backwards turned.
So now I'm a little assertive. I'm like, wait, you saw a brown rabbit and it did the exact same thing that we just told you about, and then you told us afterward that you saw the same thing?
Yep.
Okay. So hold on. Where did it go? Like this brown hair obviously led us to this place with this thing that just happened.
So until you said anything, maybe 5 minutes ago in this conversation, right? Duffy thought like, oh, there's a bunny rabbit just jumping through the street like it happens. So he didn't think he wouldn't have brought it up.
That's fair.
And that's why when Levi got in the car, he was just looking down that way, and I was like, well, there's a rabbit.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I don't. Yeah, yours was definitely less conspicuous. Ours was like
Yeah,
very
yours is
clear.
strange.
Like the fact that it acknowledged the camera and then did all that shit, like that was one thing. So we need to find out where that rabbit was going. We can table that though if y'all want more information, like have information from the bar.
So when we were the only thing that Duffy saw at the bar, it gets kind of crazy. Not as crazy as what you guys saw. But we were out on the patio, guzzling brews, just getting
As you do.
super sloppy, fucked up, not paying attention.
Yeah, you should also be mentioned that it definitely smells like Duffy has just pounded 5 or 6 beers.
5 beers
Holy
and
shit.
several cigarettes.
Within an hour.
Yeah.
Should he be handling firearms at the moment?
But that's the thing is like,
I almost
he's
regret
like,
giving it
I'm
to him.
fucking doing it at this point. Because Also, he like I kind of want to mention that he just like pounds liquor all the time. So 5 Bud Lights is like, yeah, he's buzzed.
He's hydrated.
He could drive on that.
Yeah, he can operate heavy machinery.
I was not
That's
about to let him drive. That's how creepy he's being.
And then we heard the bookstore. No, it wasn't
the owner of Brewdoo.
Yeah, the owner of Brewdoo was talking to her like assistant, her manager for the night, and was like, "I'm going to the book club now. It's 9:30 at night.
Air quotes book club.
I'm going to the book club now. Make sure that we get everything locked up. That's fine."
She went to Crest Furniture, and somebody who was not the owner let her in and let her into a back room.
An old woman with red and gray hair who may or may not be named Davitilio.
Okay, so hold on. There was a lot of things thrown around there. So the owner of the Brewdoo pub went to a book club at 9:30.
A book club at 9:30 at a furniture store.
Right.
And then you guys called them about. You got the text about that same time.
Okay. And
It would have probably like the text would probably come through at like 9:35.
It was like right after, because we didn't want to break in because there seemingly there's a bunch of people there. On the way there, Duffy saw. Talking to Reflux, I'm sorry. Do you remember when we opened up the closet at 1206 Spooner and you saw the hands on the tarp and I saw a pair of glowing eyes in the closet?
Yep.
It was that same pair of glowing eyes in the closet was down the alleyway and it melted into the wall. Yeah. That's what Duffy saw, and then we went to tail her and we saw her going into the bookstore.
Okay, so you ended up tailing the owner to the
furniture
bookstore.
store. Furniture store.
Furniture store, yeah,
for the book club.
Yeah.
And then you said something about someone let her in who wasn't the owner?
Yes, because
Okay.
we've met when we went to see Agnes's silhouette. The owner of Crest Furniture, wasn't that the old lady who was the owner?
Marissa Crest.
Marissa
Yeah.
Crest. Yeah.
So we know what she looks like.
Right.
The lady that let in Sharon, owner of Brewdoo, into Crest Furniture was not Marissa.
She
Crest.
looked like Susan Sarandon. That's who I based her off of.
Okay.
So B. Arthur, Marissa Crest is based off B. Arthur.
And the eyes
So-
were going down the alley. It
so
wasn't
Strauss-
like in the silhouette.
It was like to him it was like a shadow stepped out and looked at him and then like melted back into the shadow.
And that was
The alley where the silhouette is.
No, I think the
no,
silhouette
it
was
would've
on
been.
the other side.
the silhouette would have been on the back of the Brewdoo, but this was like the
side
alleyway.
of
Yeah.
Brewdoo.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
So I was already. That's really all we got is that. Well, I think there's something going on at Crest. That's not a book
Yeah.
club.
And that's when Duffy started going off the rails because he, after that, so just to peel back the curtain, I critically failed on that sanity check when I saw those eyes. So Duffy's like gone for the night. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
That's why he was like, I'm not fucking getting out of the car.
yeah,
you know what I'm
fuck
saying?
that. Yeah, no, you were good. You were
The phobia took over.
Right.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great.
In fact, you know what? I'm gonna give you a free like re-roll or I guess 0 points. So you
Okay.
can roll twice and take the better
Fuck
results.
yeah. Thank you.
Nice.
You did really great with
Yeah,
that.
that was really
Appreciate
good. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I was going to suggest that we go back to Crest Furniture tomorrow night, break in and figure out what's going on. But now we think we have another problem on our hands. I don't know if we can. I need to know everything you found in surveillance. You were there for what, 20 minutes?
20 minutes, nothing other than that rabbit.
Did you get a chance to check anything we put in the apartment?
The audio, like we had the audio bugs, nothing on those either.
Yeah,
But-
the only
but I
thing they
haven't-
heard was like the upstairs neighbors walking around.
I have monitoring that's going 24/7 for those bugs, looking for spikes in audio. So we could check that later. This is what I said. I don't know if you'll allow that, but that's pretty much how I saw it going.
That's fine.
So like I have that if we want to check overnight or something. But for now, yeah, we didn't see anything.
And how much evidence do you guys think was left behind by us at that Lunar Gifts place? Because if the
None.
cops come and it's
I
a
know.
crime scene,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to dip out of there.
Yeah,
Okay.
get out as soon as
I don't.
possible.
I don't think. I mean, I was in there for all of 2 minutes.
Yes,
Okay.
pretty much the same.
I would think that. I mean, you guys would probably have gloves and whatnot.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
assume you guys would
Would
not.
just touch things.
Yeah, I think you guys in the heightened paranoia you have. I'm assuming you probably had like gloves on or something. I'm fine saying that.
Okay.
Like,
The only thing
again, remember, just because you guys don't know this, like your
Yeah.
characters would be smart about this, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys got led there by some weird rabbit. You're not just gonna like open them like, hey, buddy, you there? How's it going? Like you guys are you guys have done this before.
Okay, so our 3 main leads are book club, the alleyway that the rabbit ran that we could find out where that might go, and then third the number.
Now we're following rabbits.
Yeah, and the number that we were given. I want to real quick. I want to do a search on that to find out anything about that number.
And then we should just call it right here with all 4 of us in the room.
So let me
I don't
search
trust that.
first. So I want to like pull up anything I can about so where the number is assigned,
Sure.
who might own it.
You just Google the number. Shouldn't shock you where it comes up to.
1206 Spooner fucking Avenue.
Boom, baby.
Fucking A.
Okay.
It is not the same number that you guys had before. That
But
called.
it is a
It is
landline
a
registered to...
no, this one's on a landline.
well, I mean, so how would it be
What?
registered to that...
You see, like when you look up people's addresses.
Oh, last known
Yeah.
address. Okay.
Yeah. So you see that it was tied to one of the former residents of 1206.
Oh,
We'll say
alright.
we'll say it's the cell phone for the last lady who lived there.
Oh,
We
is
need
it
to
no.
decide.
It's sorry?
Shit.
Sorry. Yeah. We'll say it's a sorry. It's,
way.
We need to decide if we're going to bring West in.
I vote no.
No.
Why do you? I mean, guess what changed?
Because there's 2 people in these 2 rooms that we can't trust.
he stares dagger.
Yeah.
One of us is already involved. I'm sorry, one of them is already involved.
So, but what about West though? What changed with West that makes you not trust her?
Her bringing us into this investigation, I never trusted from the get-go, and I always thought that she was off the rails. I don't think any of us would know what I'm about to say. I think we're the cowboys. I think we are cowboys being sent in to clean up a mess that was not sanctioned by Delta Green, and I think it was done by West.
We're cannon fodder.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I think we're just
Well-
fodder. I think our job is to pull the heat off of the actual Delta Green people that are here, who I think we've already met. I think we've already come across them.
Well, whether we have or we haven't, Wes is going to have questions about, well, I mean, I guess maybe she won't, but she could be a resource to let us get back into that crime scene on an official capacity. We already pretend to be a cleaning crew. Maybe we'll have to clean this one up as well.
Yeah. While we're spitting out theories, some that are baseless and or not baseless. So just like the thing that came to my head was like, maybe this is happening because it's a reaction to the Spooner Avenue house going down and being deconsecrated. Maybe there was a larger network of these Nyarlathotep worshippers, and this was like a trigger for them to like rally together and like reestablish stronger than ever this thing. Like that's the first thing that comes to mind.
And I think whatever is happening on Sunday night is the thing. I think that is the big event. I don't know. I talked about this with Tyler, but has anybody seen Halloween Town 2?
We were just talking about Halloween Town upstairs with Amber.
Yeah.
Do you remember in
I've
the
never seen
second
it, no.
one how they had the big dance
Yeah.
and everybody at the dance was going to be turned into a monster?
The one they were dressed as.
Exactly. I think this rodeo is going to be like on Sunday night. Like we're going to brainwash all of you fucking people.
Aw, I love that. That's great. Or Hocus Pocus, they did that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the dance. Yeah, see that would get that reference.
Yeah, I should have. I mean,
No, it's cool. Halloween Town. I understand Halloween Town's a big
yeah,
thing.
I was born in '93. So.
Yeah. I never watched them, but I know that they were like I remember Rick and them went to wherever it is that does where they filmed it,
Yeah,
like they
it's
redo
like-
it.
I think it's in Eugene.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon.
But yeah, that's what Duffy thinks. And
Too busy
again,
watching cool movies.
with bringing Weston, I'm 1 vote out of 4.
All right, so what's the connection you figured out with this? What, you said her name's Melissa?
Beck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as far as the connections there, like the person who died, Melissa Beck, the owner of the Lunar Gift Shop, was Facebook friends with Marissa Crest Furniture on Facebook, as well as friends with
That's just
Lauren.
local business.
Could be.
What color was her hair?
Brunette and dreads.
Fucking shocker. Of course she had dreads. Let's be real.
While they're talking, I want to
I was nervous, like Misha thought I might be like targeting her as I made the descriptions.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah,
One more
dreads,
thing.
add dreads.
The thing that's maybe that the business owner friendship thing is not much, but this one's a little bit more peculiar. Perhaps is she was friends with Lauren, the 18-year-old contestant for the rodeo pageant, which that's the one who doesn't have any work.
So we do know who the woman in the room was. Is that who you're talking about, Lauren?
Well, all I'm
Laura-
saying is that she
Laura?
was friends
Laura
with the
Russell.
person who died.
Lauren.
at the Lunar
Oh,
Shop.
the Lauren Rustin?
Lunar Gift Shop.
Yeah,
So-
and she's brunette.
So Lunar Gift Shop,
Yeah.
Melissa Beck, she was friends randomly with this 18-year-old.
She looks like Billie
Oh,
Eilish.
I see what you're
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. Yeah.
So we can track down Laura, whoever, and see if that is the woman in the footage.
Just like peculiar, if anything, like for
Yeah.
correlation's sake. If we
Wasn't
find
the woman in the
something else.
footage blonde, though?
She was, and no one wanted me to test the hair, so maybe we should get that information from West if she did test the
Yeah.
Well,
hair.
but isn't the Laura woman blonde?
She's a brunette.
She's
She
brunette.
is one of the brunette ones, actually. Yeah.
So the owner of Lunar Gifts and Laura are both brunette.
Mhm.
Okay, got it.
So many women to not trust in this campaign.
I think I have an issue with women or something.
Well,
Chris is happily married.
I am. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
I respect
To a
it.
brunette.
Yeah, yeah.
It's red too. She's been dyeing it red.
Megan.
So she wanted to do purple. I was like, yeah, do whatever you want.
That's
I
pretty
don't give a
cool,
shit.
yeah.
It's your hair.
Why not?
Like, yeah, then what else? All right.
Well-
so, yeah, what's your guys' plan? You have all this information. You guys.
I want to. We talked about it. I don't remember if we talked about it here actually on recording, but as they're mentioning like all these different people, I want to actually get a map of Ellensburg and like put down a mark where the silhouettes are. And now I want to see mark Lunar Gifts. What else do we know specifically? Like, see if there's a pattern to this. At all.
So the 4 silhouettes,
Yeah.
the student's apartment where they got killed,
Mhm.
1206, and now Lunar Gifts.
Yeah.
So that's 7.
Is there some kind of pattern to it,
Or
does it just seem?
if you spoke them, is there something right in the middle?
Yep. Draw the big line, the big scene in the
Like
movie
a
where they draw a
pentagram.
line. Yeah.
So the way they're kind of set up is like,
Is it a Triskelion?
no, it's like
That'd be cool.
it's almost like a T if you're looking at it. So like, I'm gonna do this so you guys can't see this, so I'm doing it with my hands.
So we made 3 notches.
There's 3
top,
notches, right? So you have
middle,
the
bottom.
first one would be where the Lunar Gifts, where you found the dead body. Then
That's the top one.
about a block down from that is the what's the word I'm looking for? Bank that had the one, and then a block down from that is the Crest Furniture, and then about a block and a half north of that is the Brewdoo, and then about a block south of Crest Furniture was where the coffee shop is that you guys had. So it's almost like a T, and then there's the random one off on the side where the murder was. So
Okay.
So they're all within blocks of each
they're
other?
all within blocks of
Yeah.
each
All
other.
the business owners seem to be
Yeah.
close. But I mean, that's kind of like.
Is this
also,
a Hot Fuzz situation?
I already did that. I already did that one.
Yeah, you
I already did a Hot Fuzz game.
Yeah.
You all didn't catch it.
No, I did not. Well, got the phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should call it right now with everybody in the room.
Oh,
And
is that a
Duffy
good
has the
idea?
gun on the table. It's not.
Is that a good idea?
I mean,
When
what
has it
other-
ever been good talking to that house? Anyone have a good conversation?
What could productive could?
So, yeah, Duffy is like, oh, that's really interesting that you guys both found the letter and it says call me and we could figure out more. And you guys are both like, should we call
It's the house we're
Should we
dealing with. You're not
call
spooked.
it?
You're
Well, Agnes,
I want to find out more, and I think it's
somebody wants-
suspicious that you guys don't.
somebody knows we're here. A note next to a dead body with Agnes's name.
Maybe it was the Delta Green Ops.
Could be. I think we need to have her call this number.
Yeah.
But if that's the case and it is the Delta Green Ops, weren't we supposed to not interface with them? Like,
Too
Yeah.
late. If they already know we're here, what?
Why were they
what
there
are we
before
gonna
the
do?
murder, though?
I suppose it couldn't help
That's
to
a
get
good
a
point.
second opinion.
That's a good point, and I don't trust Wes, so I'm like, fuck what she said. But that's a good
Right.
point.
Yeah.
So the only reason why this note would be on the counter without any blood on it, I'm assuming it was placed after the throat
After
was
the
slit.
fact, right.
So
Somebody that knows we're here.
someone who knew that or did the murder.
I mean, or someone who found it, after the fact. They might have found it but after the murder, but before we got there.
Everything that we've encountered through Nyarlathotep, every single thing it's been has been like spectral. There's never been like someone physically wrote us a note.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
I
no
don't,
tangible thing.
I don't think it's a ghost or a spirit. I think it's someone who is involved in all this and wants to be
Okay.
known.
Well,
Dial it.
here's a question.
Dial the number.
Hold on. If it we will. I know we're just. But like if
Reflex
if,
like pushes him,
Yeah,
like, hold on.
yeah, hold on. No. If it is like the other agents, like we're thinking, then why would they choose the number for the house though? Like that's all. I was like, that's my other thing. Like,
That's a very good question.
It's a good question. I don't know, and that's why I think we should dial the number.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a better answer, so let's do it.
Okay. You call the number, put it on speakerphone, I'm assuming.
I will put it on speakerphone and then just kind of like put it on the table and sit next to the chair on the table and then just wait to be condemned in some way.
Do I have a thing that says it, like, because you usually can like triangulate stuff, so like it's like 90 seconds or something before someone can find out where you are or whatever that is. I want to make sure that we end the call before then.
You can. Well,
Sure. Okay.
I don't know how accurate that really is.
I know.
I'm actually. It can just ping to a close
Cell phone tower.
Yeah. It's like the second you call, they can track it to a cell phone tower, which it's connected to. So
jam my signal. That's not a euphemism.
I mean, yeah, theoretically, I can maybe send it through some. I could spoof
do a VPN or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I set up something like that. Whatever.
Sure, that works.
There you go. Yeah, there we go.
You call this number. We hear it ring 2 or 3 times, and then you assume it picks up because you don't hear the ringing anymore.
Mm.
I mean, the 2019, was it cool to have was that the year when you called people and they played a song back to you while you waited, or was that earlier?
I don't know. That was way
yeah,
earlier.
that was
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah,
thing.
What a fucking
2010.
wild time.
Yeah.
My mom's was Shut Up and Drive. She really liked that song.
It's always just like the shittiest quality too.
Yeah.
It's like, here's my favorite song,
It's like
but like in the worst quality.
Tokyo Drift, like bing,
Yeah.
bing, 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 bing.
So I wonder if you know.
Oh, my mom's calling again.
I think I would have mine be. I don't know why, but I always remember this. That there was when I worked at a flooring company for a while, and the guy there loved Tracy Chapman Fast Cars. Like that was his favorite song ever. And so we listened to it for 24 hours straight one day.
Holy shit.
We also
Oh my
did
God.
Kelly Clarkson Since You've Been Gone because that's his other favorite song.
Oh my.
We did
God.
both of those back to back, like 24 hours. That's all we listened to that day was that song. And I remember the
Yikes.
Kelly Clarkson, some guy just walked up at the end of it and just snapped the CD.
When Jerry Brumblethumb died,
Yeah.
I listened to Tracy Chapman's Fast Car. And
It's a
I was
good song.
This would have been his favorite
That
song.
was true.
The Kelly Clarkson one would drive me fucking insane.
I bet, yeah.
That's a
Because
tough- Even Fast Car.
since that fucking song came out, my brother has been doing this thing to me, where so the beginning of the song is like, "Here's the thing, started out friends."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will just wait weeks or months in between it, and he'll just, if I'm trying to ask him a question about something, he'll just go, "Here's the thing." Started out friends. And he just pisses me off, and he gets me every single time because he waits seriously months in between, and then he'll just bust it out. I'm like,
That's-
son of a
That's
bitch!
fucking great. Oh,
awesome.
I love it.
Take that.
So you call this number, you hear it pick up, and it's just kind of like,
Da-da-da-da Fast Car. Na-na-da-da-da-da-da.
we'll get out of here. And the voice on the other end sounds a little muffled. Like they're probably using some sort of voice distorter is the first thing you get. And it's just like,
So you found the note.
Yeah, found the note. It's kind of hard to miss.
You're welcome for that. Melissa. Well, she was a nice lady. She was in a little over her head. I think she posed a threat to you, so we did our best to neutralize that.
Duffy is staring daggers at Strauss.
and then there's a pause, like,
It's probably best if we met in person, had to talk this way. Over the phone, it's not exactly the easiest to get across everything that we have, but we know you're back here, and we know you're in danger, and Melissa was only the first of the ones who were after you. We think that there is more that follow, I guess we'll call him the Dark Man. Is that the easiest way? Is that I don't know if we want to get into the flashbacks.
It was Nyarlathotep Senior Esquire the Third.
We'll just say Dark Man.
Yeah, Dark Man.
she's like,
Yeah, Melissa, she got in with some pretty bad group, a coven around here, and we think that they are trying to do something with the Dark Man. I think you were called back as offering our gift, if that makes sense. Like, hey, look what we brought back for you.
Cannon fodder.
But yeah, Let's meet. I think it would be best if we had a chat face to face. I think we can protect you and...
That sounds all great and everything. Can I ask who this is or what association you are a part of?
And there's like a pause. It's like...
We're just another group of locals who are trying to stop whatever's coming. But I don't know, maybe you've stopped it before, right?
I'm not even sure what happened last time. I'm not quite sure. How do you know that I'm Agent Agnes? How did you know I would find that body?
And they're just kind of like,
We have a helper that can help.
I'm assuming you're talking about the hair.
Some would call it familiar, but yeah, that can get us around.
You know how strange this sounds. You attack someone part of a coven, but you can somehow control animals to hippity-hop wherever you want them.
she's like,
Well, we needed you to find it, right? We needed to have a talk with you.
Alright.
We needed to show you that we're on your side.
I appreciate that greatly. Where would you want to do this in-person meeting? Preferably in public with people?
and she's like,
We can... Yeah. And it's like, tomorrow, it's gonna be pretty busy around town. Let's say 10 a.m., we can meet at Jaffa Blast.
She kind of looks at everyone else in the room and like...
A nod.
Everyone is like approving of that. She goes ahead and she's just like, that sounds great. We can... I can make that work.
she's like,
Okay. And it's just you. Your others can... I know you're there with some other people. But we're just talking with you.
Well, that sounds great. I promise you they will be nearby if anything.
I understand that.
so, the voice just like,
Alright, 10 a.m. tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Sounds great.
and then just click.
It's a trap! Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. So, okay, this does confirm that second group we were talking about, where maybe, yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking about. Like, the hair was obviously leading us, but it seems to be helping in some way, so that proves that there's at least something going on. Unless they're really putting on a ruse here, and it actually is still the coven that trying to coerce us right now and say, like, oh yeah, we're the good coven, they're the bad coven.
So there's a bad coven and an occult?
But here's the thing, there's the other thing I thought. They talked about us being brought here. Who brought us here? It was West.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
How does West get in the bad coven? How did that happen?
Dude, so I think this whole thing is a trap. We're only going to talk to Agnes means like, oh, Agnes, we've already discussed this. This is me talking to Agnes. This is me as the person on the phone in my mind talking to Agnes. Oh, you've been with us the whole time. You already know the plan. We need to set this up to make these other 3 bozos in your unit think that you are one of them and you're actually one of us. So we only need to meet with you, which is like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? You know we're all here and we're just supposed to be like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, but
we're definitely not letting her go there.
It's a trap.
Well, here's okay, so let's take a step back and think about what's going on here. So either, like this, I'm trying to process this out loud. So either there's only one bad coven here, and that the familiar is, boom, I know, dramatic effect. There's only bad coven.
Cloverfield 808.
Yeah. So there's only one bad coven, and that this is that coven pretending to be like a good coven that's like fighting the locals, right? We're another group of locals. So either they're spoofing us and trying to trick us, or it is just a good coven, because how else would they have let us with a hair? Like, obviously there's something going on here. So
the only
I see
good
it has
coven
to be
is
one
dead
of the two.
coven.
Yeah. So it has to be one of the two, right? Like, it has to be either this is the bad coven or this is the good coven.
Or it's the other Delta Green trying to get us in a place where they can just like take one of our members.
How would the other Delta Green agents control a hair? Is my only thing.
Good question.
Yeah.
How does anybody?
How do the green box?
How do these people do it? We don't know anything about the
Well, I
other
mean,
team.
Delta Green agents don't typically use magic, do they? I'm looking around.
I don't.
like-
We all 3 did. All 4 of us
Yeah,
did.
we
Well, I guess to counter. Well, you're right. To counter evil.
And
We
maybe
have
that's
no
what
way
they're
of
doing.
knowing.
Maybe they're countering our evil,
yeah,
or
yeah. If
Agnes,
we're the
or
evil
West, or someone. Again, I'm really sorry. It's really tough because Misha's sitting right next to me.
I get it.
No, but I think it's great that you're playing, like, you are encompassing Duffy, and, like, you're playing that out, and I love that. I think we all know that you're not targeting Misha for it. But.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm just yelling right at Misha.
Now, Tyler.
Yeah.
Got it out for you.
Yeah.
No matter what, like, we can go down this rabbit hole over and over and over. But it's a good coven, it's a bad coven, it's the other agents trying to trick us, it's this bad coven trying to trick us to think that there even is a good coven at all. Whatever. Doesn't matter, because they want to meet Agnes tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. alone.
At a place with the shadow.
And we can't let her be alone with them. So I think one of us should go inside, and the rest of us should cover the exits.
I mean, I can wear a wire. Like, I'm sure
that's
Acid
a
Reflux
given.
has
Definitely.
audio. But I think if they already know that I'm with 3 other people, they know what they look like at least.
And so
suspect.
Is Agnes going to meet at the Brudu pub or Java Blast?
Java Blast. It's 10 in the morning. Come on.
Right. Yeah. Well, maybe they got a breakfast special. But yeah. So yeah, Duffy thinks it's a trap.
There's a lot that could go wrong. There's a lot that could go right if this truly is. If we're here to like fix this situation. If they are a good coven, then like we need to be aligned with them.
Good coven that kills people still when they're sitting in the chair doing their taxes.
Well,
so that's the thing, is they said Marissa Crest had been taken care of?
Melissa Beck.
Marissa and Melissa. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
They made it. They told you that basically Melissa Beck was part of a bad coven.
But we haven't even met or heard of Melissa Beck.
You're right.
Yeah.
So, I just don't think it's...
Wait, hold on. I was backing up. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
but there's also "end is near" on the wall.
Yeah.
So if they took care of
"end is soon,"
yeah. If they took care of Melissa Beck, why would they also write the words on the wall?
That's
kind of
other
suspect.
culty activity.
I mean, like, I'm okay. Like, if they're a good cult, I get it. You're doing cult things, but like also, but like that specifically,
no such thing as a good cult.
Yeah.
Was that also in Blood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Forgot to mention that bit to
Someone
you.
finger painted.
I mean, like the end of Nyarlathotep, perhaps.
The World?
Yeah.
Ellensburg?
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting good vibes. I will say that. If they try to make a good impression, they're not doing a very good job.
So like, we're just supposed to trust these random people who are like, listen, we slaughtered this person earlier and then left you a note, so I don't know why you wouldn't come. Like,
Also use like a voice scrambler so we wouldn't know
like,
who it was coming from.
which makes me think like, is it West?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, is it someone that we know?
So I
Someone
guess
that we've spoken to already?
But if Wes did bring us here for this reason to like, we're a gift to, right, yeah. Well, like, why wouldn't she have heard us already and like just like while she would have found she had plenty of opportunities to just like shoot us or drug us or whatever, right?
Well, whatever
But I
they
don't
want
think
isn't
that's-
as simple as just shooting us.
Exactly. I don't think that is how that works. I think that they need to be on consecrated ground. And,
Right, I'm saying,
and
like-
ritualistically slaughter.
Why don't we just go next door, ask her, and then just do checks to see if she's lying?
Yeah, I do have 80.
Out of all of us, we could try to just see if she's lying, and we can ask her very direct questions.
But I kind of don't want her to, like, and this is just fucking annoying Delta Green paranoia. Duffy doesn't want Wes to know that Duffy thinks that she's in on it. You know what I mean?
Well, you can ask specifically, like, did you get anything from the hair? And then, like, start going off on other things. Like, maybe there's, like, there's 2 factions in the town, maybe, and see what her reaction is. Like, is there a good coven or bad coven? Would she know something about that? And if she does, well, that's another thing.
I still think we're back to our beautiful dance of trying to tell everybody that, like, none of us know what's going on. You know?
Right.
Nobody knows what's going on. And the second that
Yeah.
someone says, well, I think I know what's going on, everybody else who's in play is like, that's the fucking
You don't
guy.
want to reveal your hand.
Yeah.
Like, right, yeah. But
So
we're
that's-
definitely getting analysis paralysis as usual.
I
It's like,
agree,
oh,
yeah.
God.
But
Yeah.
I am down, again, 1 vote out of 4. I'm down to go bust open West's store and be like, what'd you do today?
Oh, well,
Well, I think we
mean,
definitely do need to see
Yeah.
her progress on what we asked her
Yeah,
to look
tattoo
into.
shop hair.
Yeah.
See where that goes.
We'll play our cards close to our chest.
Okay.
Do we want to just call her and then be like, come over to the other room?
Might as well. Yeah.
Come on in. Come into our office.
Okay. You
Have a seat, Director West.
Yeah.
you guys call West, so you have some information for her. Tell her you're in your whatever room number you're in, and she comes walking over. Duffy pulls her in, slams her against the door, puts a gun under her belt.
Are you good or evil?
Spill the beans, bitch. And
Show us the voice scrambler.
yeah, so she sits down. She's like, you see her putting out a cigarette before she steps into the room, because I'm assuming your guys' rooms aren't set up for smoking like hers was. She took off the She basically messed with the smoke alarm.
I have like an idea.
Okay.
What
What's
if
your
Agnes
idea?
presses redial and see if that West phone rings?
Sure, if you want to.
I mean, could you just hang up on that other person? I don't know. Like, if
pretty
that
good.
phone is connected, I mean, it might be like it might rule her out. I don't know.
But if it's on silent.
I don't think it's her phone.
Okay.
Personally.
Just an
It's a
idea.
good
Fucked
idea.
up.
Good idea. Yeah.
So you guys call West into the room. You guys ask her for updates on whatnot, right? And so she tells you she did some research on some tattoo shops in the local area. And she was able to find, so she just basically like looked on their Facebooks. She like numerous like new tattoos, called, said like, she knew somebody. She didn't really explain her methods to how she does it.
Just did a little bit of digging.
Yeah, and she tells you that you guys are looking for tattoo shops in town, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There is Robber's Tattoo. And then there is another tattoo shop called, I don't want to actually use the actual tattoo name because I feel that'd be kind of
Ink
rude.
Blast.
Why is it always blast?
Ink Blast.
We'll say Ink Society. How about that?
Oh my god. The tat shop. With the 2 P's and an E.
Yeah.
Tit
So
for
the
tat.
Robert's Tattoos,
Good one.
and then the Ink Society.
Pretty good name for a tattoo shop.
It's not terrible.
Or maybe tat for tits. That'd be good.
Yeah, yo.
Yo.
Yeah, when you said tit for tat, I was like,
You're thinking about it.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, so
Probably
those are the only
happens.
two that she shows up, and she's like, I tried to look on Facebook and see if I could find any fresh. They posted a link to anything like that little tattoo, and nothing I saw lined up with what you guys described to me. But
Damn.
feel free to go on it yourself. You guys are the ones who saw. You explained to me what it was. I don't know if you showed her a picture of it or whatnot, but no. But
I think if we have a picture, we
Yeah.
would show her.
she also is like, she's like, hair follicles. So I looked it up. Hair follicles take 90 days to get any sort
Wow.
of things back on.
All right.
And so
Sounds
she's
great.
like, I got the hair. I sent it off to somebody. I hopefully will hear back in the next day or two, that they got it and we'll get it processed. So as soon as I hear anything about it, I'll let you know.
West, why are you here?
And she's just like, what do you mean? Why am I here?
We have our mission. Why are you here?
She's like, I don't really have a base of operations anymore, if that's what you're asking. If I'm going to put you guys this close to the fire, I feel like it'd probably be best to be here helping you along the way.
So, what help have we gotten?
It's like, I got you a van to get you into the crime scene, didn't I?
I could have rented a van. I think Duffy is at this point, he's going to get visibly frustrated.
Right.
Like, you pulled us here, and you've been sitting in a hotel room, looking at hair follicles, and all this shit has gone down, and it's like, why are we doing any of this at all? Why were we brought in at all?
I mean, relevant.
Well, we know she wasn't supposed to bring us in.
Exactly. And we know that actual Delta Green is here and could potentially kill us.
So I'm staying quiet to allow her to answer.
Right. I think she's just kind of like, look, Duffy, I figured that if someone put your name on a wall, you'd want to figure out why they put your name on a wall, right?
No.
You don't?
No.
You have
None of us have any info or idea what's going on here, and now it's turning into something way larger.
Did you have any information or info when you were coming in the first time around?
Yeah, there was like 20 people who died in the same house.
Right.
And now 2 kids show up, and all of a sudden there's a cult in the whole town. Like, what? It just doesn't click in Duffy's head.
Right.
Why we would have been brought in to combat the real Delta Green who could have had full support like we did at the very beginning.
No, I mean, it's very valid.
Yeah.
And I think she's just like, look, I wanted to give you the opportunity to figure out, I figured if someone had your name on there, you'd want to be the ones to stop it. You'd want to be the ones to figure out why your name's on a wall. Because if Delta Green finds out exactly why they got your name on the wall, and they start looking into your past, and they find out where you live and your family, they might find out that, you're not really worth it anymore, and they might come take you out. But if you guys can get here and figure this out before them, you can show them that you're still part of the team, and that you're not expendable, and you're not a threat.
And what are we going to do when they come across us investigating their crime scene?
Don't let them.
What?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I glean, and I chime in now. I'm just like, there's so many moving parts, but like, the thing is, there is the threat there, which is, if for whatever reason, as Wes has reported, that some other cell was assigned to this, and then they start distrusting us because fucking we got a shadow with horns on it, and Agnes, and yours might not have horns, but it's still there. We got 4 shadows, and they start suspecting us. Theoretically, we're at danger here.
So if you were Delta Green, actual Delta Green, not what we are, whatever we are right now, if you were actual Delta Green and you saw a black silhouette of a person on the side of a building that said Agnes, you would think that is more suspicious than a letter that was found in a blood-soaked room addressed to her.
But they don't know about that.
But that's what I'm saying, is like, we were brought in here for a very small reason that has gotten fucking huge. And I think us still trying to do this alone is not gonna work. And that's just Duffy talking. It's not Jake. This is fun as fuck. It's just like, what are we supposed... Like, I fully understand that in West's mind, she was probably doing the right thing for us, but Duffy doesn't agree with that.
I mean, to more to your point, and Wes, I mean, I think you're right. I'm with Wes. I wanted to figure out why my name's on a wall.
Mm-hmm.
But no way that they could have known, she could have known, that it would spiral out like this.
How do you know? How do you know that she didn't know? That's what I'm saying, is like, how do we know that Wes didn't just fuck us?
I mean, we don't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can we do checks? Can we answer
You
specific
can
questions?
if you want to.
Agnes would probably be like, as far as you know, is the only faction in this town that is working under nefarious circumstances the cult that we dealt with previously.
She's like, as far as I know, there wasn't a cult.
Yeah,
there was just a house.
We didn't deal with a cult.
There was just a house that killed
house.
you guys. That whatever happened.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a check on that.
Go for it.
Wes, there's more that's come to light today that we haven't told you about.
She's like, okay.
Would that be persuade, or what check would
Human.
that be? Human?
Yeah. That's usually what you use when you're reading people.
Okay, so I have an 81, but I rolled a 92, so I don't know anything.
Wait. Sorry, there was 2-0 on one dice, right?
Oh, I thought it was.
No,
I think it's a 29.
It was
'cause
29.
I thought I
29?
said
Yeah.
22.
Oh, 29 under 81 then.
Yeah. I mean, what she's telling you is like, she only knows, like, you guys were sent in for the house. And even she doesn't have all the information. I think she would just say, like, look, I was told by my superiors at the time, I was get you guys together to go investigate this mission. We had an agent that had passed away. He was part of your guys' cell. You guys might have some better insight on to maybe why he did it, instead of if it was something that he did. So it felt like giving you guys that opportunity to go there, find out what happened to your former teammate would be good for you.
Follow-up question is, I gotta word this like perfectly. Is West being all secretive and not having Delta Green to lean back to, is the reason why she did that particularly because of our well-being, or is she excommunicated from Delta Green for another reason?
Are you
that may
asking her that?
Yes, I'm asking that. Sorry,
Good
I forgot to.
fucking question.
I forgot to do.
Give me a persuade check.
Persuade.
That is a great question.
Well phrased.
Ugh, 42.
What'd you roll?
It says 49. Well, so.
She looks at you as you kind of pronounce this question to her, and she's just like, I had some disagreements with what choices were being made higher up above me, and I expressed those to them, and they did not care. And so I felt it would be necessary for myself to find another means to go about what I felt was the right thing to do. I don't know if it's going to be the right thing yet, but I'm hoping that it is.
Did those decisions have to do with us that they were trying to make and you disagreed with?
Do you ask her that?
Yes.
Give me a persuade check. Or what's your persuade score?
It's high.
Just yell at her.
70.
Okay, yeah. She's just like, yes, I do. It has exactly what it deals with you guys.
So if we
probably
do...
that we weren't supposed to come and investigate this second time.
Exactly.
And
they were going to send another team in here to clean up. Not that you guys, as far as we understood, you did your job. But obviously not, because these symbols are... It's too much of a coincidence that the hell is me on the wall, and then these black shadows of you guys showing up. There's something bigger here. So, go for it.
If we take care of this, is Delta Green ever going to stop hunting us?
She's like, if you take care of this,
they might never know.
They might never know.
I think that's the hope.
Also, there are other opportunities of employment that might present themselves as well. If this is something that you want to continue to do.
I mean, at this point, it's basically your individual... it's our individual investment. My thing is, I now that I've seen the remote capabilities of this Nyarlathotep magic, like the whole the Dark Man and what he's capable of, I don't feel safe in my own house unless I am like wiped clean. So like I'm invested in protecting myself by making sure that this is all good. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Agnes is obsessed with answers, and that's probably why she's here. And she don't care about anything else.
Now, who do I trust? I mean, I basically,
absolutely. I think you guys are smart not to trust her fully.
I'm at the mercy.
I get it. So, and I'm trying to play it that she doesn't know you guys have that feelings towards her. So, but yeah, I think she would be honest with you guys to a certain extent. I think there's probably more. If anything, you probably sense there's like, give me a human roll as she's talking to you guys. Anybody want to give me a human roll? I don't know, or whoever has a super high human.
I got 80.
Oh, cool. Then you're good. Don't even roll. You both know.
Nice.
She has, there's like a sense of pride that she's talking about when she's talking to you guys. Like, she doesn't like the fact that they didn't trust her or they didn't trust you guys to get this done.
Like she's embarrassed.
Not that she's embarrassed, that she's frustrated. Like, you guys did this before. You guys took care of this issue. And they're not giving you the opportunity to do it again. Like, it offended her. And, like, she trusts you guys to get this done because you've done it before. But she doesn't have the resources she had at one point. And she herself, she's frazzled too. Like, she didn't... It's never, I don't think it's ever happened to her where like you guys have done a mission and then something sprouts up in that same area, like under the same circumstances. So even she's a little spooked by it. But I think there's that aspect is more of that. Like she fought for you guys to do this and it was just like, wasn't even like given a second thought. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Wow.
And it pissed her off and she's like, well, no, fuck you. Like, these guys can do it. I'm gonna like, it's almost like, I'm gonna show you that they can do it.
It's like she's a professional and exactly. Like she does not like that, the way that operated.
So yeah, it's much more, there's a pride thing for her that you get as she talks to you about stuff. Now, whether, you buy that or not, that's up to, I can't make that choice for you, but,
Well, it was cool. It was good to reevaluate and align on the situation.
So even she's just like, look, I mean, I'm going to do everything I can to help you guys. If you guys don't want me here, I'll leave. That's fine. You guys can do whatever you need to do. Like, I'm just here to try to be a resource for you guys. We don't... Yeah.
Well, what'd you do to get us into that crime scene? Because, I need to do that again.
I'll make my calls. She's like, we'll see what happens.
You're going to hear about another murder.
She's like, okay. Well, we still got the van, so... We're ahead of the game, right? Yeah. She has like a hacking fit, and she's laughing.
Sprouse, you said you were beginning to report our new.
Yeah, I would give her the detail. Like, I'm on the fence whether I trust her or not.
I get it.
Tell her that there's been another murder, but as far as the note and the phone call, keep that quiet for now.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
And the rabbit hair thing.
Yeah, I think all that's
This
all that
made up
yeah.
rabbit that everybody's seen that I'm not.
You wish you saw it.
Yeah, you're just not part of the cool club.
I just don't. Seriously, Strauss has seen like no crazy shit.
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Everybody saw the rabbit here except for Strauss.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody here had either a possession encounter or some sort of mimic encounter led by 1206 Spooner, except for Strauss.
Yep.
Well, Agnes was never taken over. She only saw, like, apparitions of the Isabel Wheeler when...
But you have horns, and you kept the journal.
Well, I mean, are you jealous?
No, I'm just saying I think Strauss is the only person who hasn't had any sort of, like he's seen crazy shit, but, like, all of us three have, like, really delved deep, and Levi, Strauss hasn't.
Yeah, the craziest thing he's seen, he saw today.
Do you tell them about what you saw?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely does not tell anybody about it.
So when you and I, Tyler and Jake, talked outside...
Yeah, I told him then.
Well, no, I'm sorry. You told Jake outside, but
Yes.
not Duffy. So Duffy does not know.
Does not know.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
But when Duffy was freaking out, explaining what he saw, you would have seen Strauss get like a little agitated. Weird, but
Oh,
does
so
not.
Strauss can keep things to himself, but when Agnes takes a journal for 2 years, everyone's like, yeah, bitch.
I do think there's something way different about seeing like a terrible vision and being like, I'm not going to tell people about that. And then being like, I'm going to keep this journal that has instructions on how to summon a demon for 2 years and not tell anybody.
I think you're cherry picking
So
right now.
I think we end. Do you guys have any more questions for her, or we just cut to the bedtime nappy poos?
No.
Probably just go. For
What?
Okay.
I mean, the best.
Yep,
I
yep.
just want to make it so like she knows we're probably going to need her to pull whatever string she pulled to get us back to a new crime scene.
She's ready for it. We see you all go to bed. Jim Duffy, you gotta roll for night terrors, right?
I kind of want to. What do you guys, the players, not the characters, what do the players think? I kind of want to stay up overnight and read the journal.
You can. Tyler, the player, thinks that it's probably going to be helpful eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think, like, Strauss has got to get some sleep. There's nothing else he can do tonight. And he's not reading that damn journal. So.
That's fair.
Did you sleep last night? Well, did Duffy sleep last night?
Duffy did sleep last night, I believe, but not the night before.
Got it.
Yeah. So, and I mean, at this point, I don't even know if he'd be able to, because after, what time do you think it is? Probably like 11?
Yeah, it's about 11 o'clock. Then.
I think he's still really freaked out from what he saw at the Brew Dude. But if you guys have a point against that, I mean,
No.
let me know.
Agnes she knows that journal. She's had it for 2 years. She can recite it backwards, forwards. If someone else wants to gleam it, see if anything, that's fine.
I trust Agnes enough just because we've been the weirdos and we were paired together. I don't have any suspicions. So like, I think reading the journal is a waste of time. But like, if you're like, I need to see it, basically, if you have a reason to read it, then that's on you. You know, like you do go for it, you know, like, but I'm like, I'm not touching that thing.
Yeah. The real book club.
Speaking of, that's another thing we got to figure out.
The book club.
Yeah.
The late night demon worshipping book club.
Yeah.
Because we all know what that's what it is. And do you guys think that Melissa Beck was maybe on her way to the book club and maybe got fucking done right before all that happened? Because
it was fresh blood.
I mean, it was fresh blood. All these people were meeting at one spot, and then
it's too suspicious.
Good questions.
I guess we got to figure out what
I
we're
think
going to do about that meeting time tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we fade out on everybody going to bed, and our last image is of Jim Duffy in a because you're staying with Strauss, right?
Yeah.
I think we just see Jim Duffy in a chair in the corner with lights on, just flipping through this page. I don't know if you're chained, like you got to dip in, just like spitting into a cup.
Yeah.
Maybe even drinking. I don't know if you're going to be drinking that late.
If Strauss doesn't mind, he's going to be smoking. If he does mind, he's going to be chewing, and he is definitely going to be drinking no matter what.
I think he's been around cigarettes enough. He doesn't give a shit.
I think that's our lasting image is just Jim Duffy like flipping through these pages, just like drinking whatever cheap whiskey or beers he has, and just like smoking, like picking the cigarette every once in a while, putting it down. And just like him, just like slowly like losing it more and more. And then we kind of like fade out from there. And then the last thing we see is just a little thing pop up at the end, just saying August 30th, 2019. And we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Ugh.
Love it.
Dude, start of the third day?
Start of the third
my
day.
God.